Straightforward answer. To start with, before you can carry out any mining activities, you need 3 approvals. The license or the lease, properly so-called, signed by the minister on the recommendation of the Minerals Commission. You need an EPA permit, and then you need the operating permit that allows you to go to the land and work from the Chief Inspector of Mines of the Minerals Commission. My memory stressed me strongly. None of these people have all the approvals. So if anybody is doing anything there, then it is illegal.
The license they have straddles these places, which is prohibited.
No, hang on. You see, unless there is some mischief, not from you, or whoever sent you this information, Minerals Commission has not recommended a grant of license for anybody to mine or River and Cobra or Pra. So in the first place, that is a lie. It is not true. It's not true. We don't grant. You know why? You see, if you want to exploit a water body for any natural resource, I am familiar with the law.
First, you said there's no evidence.
I
show you the evidence.
No,
and
you
Eroka
Ghana.
Eroka Ghana is a very serious entity within this.
Just as Minerals Commission is also a very serious institution within this field.
They certainly have an integrity, they will not want to say that.
So I am challenging them.
These specifics are on river bodies, and that is not the case.
No, that's not the case, because there is no way Minerals Commission will recommend the issuance of a license on a water body. I'll tell you how the system works. In the event anybody wants to even issue, give a permit for anybody to exploit a water body, the first place you go is Water Resources Commission. You don't even come to the Minerals Commission. So, for example, recently VRA wanted to dredge the Adan area, to clear these waters in it and all this. You have to go to Water Resources to clear you. You need to go to EPA to clear you. If it's a forest reserve, you have to get forest entry permit before you come to the Minerals Commission. That's how it works. But you see, his statement is categorical that they've been giving license to mine on Ankobra and Ofin, and I'm saying it is not true.
You are supposed
if he is saying that they have licenses within the vicinity, that's okay.
The licenses straddle these entities.
Yes, but you said that they've been giving licenses to mine on Ankobra.
I was clear. I stated that they straddle these entities. And they are seen working on these river bodies.
They are working on river bodies. Something, let's get this clear. When you have somebody who has a license, because as far as I'm concerned, they don't have the authority to work. They've not completed the approvals. So people who are working there may be what? Illegal miners.
Okay.
Unless I have I have a very strong reason to believe that they've been done. Now look, as I speak here, practically almost all the large-scale companies have their tenements being invaded by small-scale.
Last week I was asking you a question I didn't clearly get an answer to. You are supposed to install tracking devices on the earth-moving equipment, excavators.
We started.
Not you started. This is the law that you got in 2020 to empower you to do this. And you are taking fees for the purpose. So there is not supposed to be an excavator moving without you knowing where they are.
Something. I started by telling you how the system works. Now, distinguish between those who sell excavators and those who have been given licenses to work. So, here's the situation. If you're a small-scale miner, you understand that, and this is your license area, any earth-moving, not just excavators, any earth-moving equipment that you bring to the site has to be fitted with a tracking device. The place is geofence. You move it, it will cut off if you go outside your concession. That's what we are doing now. But we have realized that we need to step up the game. So even now, all those who, is it drive or whatever, the excavators and all those who operate them, we are asking that they should be registered. So in the next month or so, we'll do that. So if you find somebody operating an excavator at a mine site, he has not got a license, or he has not been registered with the Minerals Commission, that means that he's operating illegally. So it is the excavators and earth-moving equipment within lawful concessions that are being registered. Maybe going forward, what we need to do is that if somebody is selling an excavator like this shop, if you have 100 excavators here, perhaps we need to get all the database, work with DVLA, so that when you sell 2 to Mr. X or Kwabena,
right,
then we know where it is moving. But for now, the excavators we are tracking are the ones within the concessions. And you see, at all material times, something, you need to distinguish between an illegality and a legality. You don't expect an inspector or Minerals Commission to go to an illegal site. At best, what he can do is that he goes, if he gets any intelligence or either through tip-off or his monitoring, picks information that some people are working here. And then
the government got evidence and told us in plain language that Akonta Mining was involved in the wrong thing in the Nimrim forest. What has been your role to ensure that that impunity is not stopped? You have been concerned about impunity. We have seen a police commander whose backyard, right under his nose, mining was going on in the Elembele.
Was it the case of the judge or the police?
I'm talking about police.
But
there was one that the DCE stopped.
And then we have seen cases of police station behind mining is taking place. But let me explain this to you. Maybe you need to bring the CEO of Forestry Commission to come and explain that, because I don't deal with Forestry Commission issues. I have no authority over what happens in the forest. So I will not be fair to him. If I make a comment now, I will not be fair to him.
Okay, so let's conclude this way. What for you now, where we are now, how do we go forward in some 2 minutes? How do we go? How is the Minerals Commission seeing what we must do to win this fight?
Not just Minerals Commission, but maybe it will start. I'll start making some forward-looking things. You see, something. Let's split it into 2: the enforcement mechanism and then the reformative efforts. These 2 must go hand in hand. 1, the enforcement mechanism. As a nation, when people see people being sanctioned, okay, when you see some chiefs, anyway, some chiefs are lovely, getting the fight to the needed conclusion. The public must see a lot of people going to jail, a lot of people being severely punished. You see, when we see these things, then you realize that people, it will deter, at least bring it to the barest minimum. So that bit, a lot of work has to be done.
Okay.
I see Attorney General doing some wonderful work prosecuting. So, for example, it is my expectation that having gone through the law, this chief that was arrested at Odan Asumdwe should go into jail. After you've taken him through the due process, and then those Yemenis jail, it should be well publicized. We should be seeing more of this thing. That's 1. And then 2, look, the hard truth is this. An excavator is about $240,000. That ordinary Frafra guy in Bolga or from my village, Rara, cannot afford that. So clearly it tells you that somebody is behind it. There must be, if you like, let's use the word kingpin. So it's high time now that security agencies, people are trained for that. Is it BNI and all those things? Go after the kingpins. But if you keep arresting that ordinary guy in Bolga, in Kako and Co., the problem will not go away. Because you go and put that 6-7 guys into jail, okay? The man will still bring other people and then give them money. So we need to go after the kingpins. We will need to let people understand that we want to see people going to jail or people being severely punished. Then, on the reforms, we will need to do more geological investigation so that we can get mineralizers for the small-scale miners. So these are some of the things that we should be doing. Government is doing it best. But for me, the sanctions regime is everything.
Martin Ayisi, CEO of the Minerals Commission, thank you very much. And as he has said, that he's on a mission to find time to help educate and to sustain the process to ensure that we do not lose the Galamsey fight completely. Because the very day we do, then our existence, we can determine what happens to our existence, because Galamsey is an existential threat.
But in a second, something, you see, I know my time is up. The way the press, the likes of your station and other stations are quick in reporting Galamsey issues, water being polluted and all those in forestry, you know, etc. The way they are, which we laud them for it, because you see, when you don't bring this into attention of the public, people will know. Kudos for that. We want you also to be following the story too, for those who have been arrested. So for instance, I want Joy FM and then the other stations to follow up at the Odam police station and find out what is happening to this chief and then these 3 Yemenis who have been arrested.
Those who are prosecuting, maybe they
No,
should...
but let Ghanaians,
those who
let
are
Ghanaians
prosecuting,
know.
that's what my suggestion to them. Those who are prosecuting, maybe do what you find. You know, the police now, they have centralized their information system, so
Yes.
you can't even get information from the districts and other commands.